Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. So happy Diwali and happy Shubho Kali Puja. And after this, we'll be discussing about the Maya that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, and the last week we read, and this time also we'll be touching that point. Before that, as usual, let us chant this mantra. Tabo kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhirilitam kalmashapaham sravanamangalam srimadatatam bhubi grinanti e bhurida janaha. Now, last time we studied, it was the last Wednesday, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was mentioning about the Maya. So he said, Jnani rejects Maya. Bhakta does not ignore. So these are the two statements we find from Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And very interesting, same time he is mentioning Jnani rejects Maya and Bhakta does not ignore. So why he mentioned this? And recently, I think day before yesterday, we have completed our Kali Puja. Ma Kali is known as Mahamaya. What is Mahamaya? Mahamaya, that is the primal force from which everything comes. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning is the primal force, primal energy known as Mahamaya. And a group of people, they, in Hinduism, you know that liberty is there, so you can think the God or the truth in your own way. So he was thinking that it must be, we must be thinking in this way that there is knowledge and there is activity. When we take the part of knowledge, only knowledge cannot function. Knowledge cannot do anything. It has all the knowledges, but it is inactive. So this group of people, they said, why don't you give the importance on the function, the power of that knowledge? The one group of people, they said knowledge is the main. And what is that knowledge? Everything is nothing but consciousness. But what about the functions? Now, extreme point, they go and say there is no function at all. You are only imagining. There is no function at all. So they say the function means you are imagining as you imagine in your dream. The dream also you see so many things happening. Are they really happening? It is all your imagination. And in the dream world, you see that you have a friend, you have the enemies, you have fear, you have enjoyment, you have love, you have everything. Everything that you are thinking in a waking stage, all those you are experiencing in your dream stage. Now explain, what is this dream stage? All people are also present over there, but they are not present. And it is all your imagination, all your dream, and obviously you cannot say, oh, that is also true. If you are accepting this waking stage as true, then you have to accept the dream stage also as true. So that is Vedantavadi, Advaita Vedantavadi say, no, it is all your imagination, and they have given a word Maya. What the Maya does, it is covering the truth and superimposing something else on that. And can you touch it? No. Can you explain it? No. When it was created, nobody knows. But of course, you can say Maya can be controlled. It is with the Lord, so obviously we cannot say when the Lord was created, Lord God was created, we do not know. Maya, the power of God, was also always along with God. It is also when it was created, nobody can say. So this point is clear. But God has no end, but Maya has the end. The power of Maya, power of illusion has the end. When you understand that it is an illusion, that's all. That much. In the olden days, the people used to dress up in a different form and they used to come to the villages, and they were termed as Bohu Rupi. Bohu means many, Rupi means form. They used to dress up in many different forms and they used to come. A known person, but he will be dressing like a Shiva. And at that time, you won't recognize that he is a Shiva. And sometimes as a monkey god. So you won't recognize as a monkey. So that way they used to behave. So they were Bohu Rupis. And naturally, the children, they were afraid, but that person was nothing but his uncle. And afterwards, when he removed his dress and, oh, it is my uncle, then what happens? The fear was there when ignorance was there. What is the ignorance? Not understanding that it is my uncle. Uncle dressed up like a tiger or a monkey or a ghost or a zombie. So naturally, I am afraid. But when that uncle is, no, this is your uncle, then the fear goes away. Exactly, the Vedantavadis say, this fear of this world will go away if you understand this world is an illusion. And what is the truth? Consciousness. So where the illusion is playing on the consciousness, that is, in short, Advaita Vedanta. Now Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Bhakta does not ignore Maya. This is another statement. Another group of people, they said, why we are unnecessarily trying in that way? Take the whole thing. The God and his power. If you are accepting God, the consciousness, or the Brahman, why don't you accept his power also? One problem is here. If you accept the Brahman as God, then there is a problem. The God is the creator. But does God create actually? No. It's giving the power to somebody else. He is creating. So friends, we have to understand this point. One, Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, who is all-pervading God. And we have given a form so that it becomes easy for us to meditate on him. We have given a name so it is become easy for us to understand him or recognize him. The name and the form has been given to one which is all-pervading. The moment you give a name and form, it becomes Dvaita, dualistic. The God is there, I am here. So I have given the form. What is that form? Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, Dhari, the four hand having four different things, and he is like this. That form I have imagined. I have given the name. It is easy for me. But is that Vishnu is functioning? No. He has given that power to Brahma. The Vishnu, then Brahma. And the Brahma is creating with the power of three gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tama, and also the Maya, as the Vedantavadi says. Now in the Vedanta, it is Parama Brahma. And sometimes they say Nirguna Brahma. In Hinduism, Dvaita and Advaita. And Advaita, in Advaita Vedanta, they say Nirguna, no quality, Brahma. And that is not functioning, though it is the repository of all actions, all power, all knowledge, everything supreme. Now, suppose it thinks that I will create. What will create? Another form, its own form, with quality. Saguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma is Vishnu. Swaguna Brahma is Brahma. Swaguna with quality. What is the quality? Sattva, Raja, Tama. And now he is creating. Up to this, the creation from the points of view of the Hindus. Third group comes and says, hey, what about the power? The Brahma has been created by what? Power. The Supreme Brahman or the Parama Brahma has created Swaguna Brahma, the Brahman with quality. How? With power. Why don't you give the importance to that power? And that power is called Mahamaya. And this Mahamaya, and the third group comes and says, and they are known as Tantrikas, Tantra. So Vedanta, Tantra and Vaishnavism, because they follow the path of Vishnu. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Advaita Vedanta has no avatar. So one after another avatars are coming and they are guiding, nothing like that. Tantra, they are also in a different way, they explain. Dvaitavadin, these Vaishnavas, they say Lord Vishnu, after creation, this world, he thought, oh, I have created this being, and particularly human being, who are very close to me because they have intellect. Let me guide them to come back to me. That will be a great fun. So he comes down and takes the human form. He came in the form of Sri Rama, he came in the form of Sri Ramakrishna, came in the form of Krishna. So these different forms he came. This time, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, same Lord Vishnu in this form, he has come and he is assimilating the all faiths. Sri Ramachandra's time, there was no differences, no other paths, other religion, only high moral values and the responsibilities, so he propagated that through his own life. Krishna's time, responsibility of the kings and also the Swadharma, every caste, every people in their own way, in their own status, should perform their duties diligently and without attachment. That was the Krishna's teaching. At the time of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is this modern time, and that too, it is that we call, the Hindus they call, it is our last stage, and these tamagunas are maximum now. So obviously, he is giving the teachings of assimilation. There we find wonderfully, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, this knowledge is dry. Did you notice that? When he was explaining that the bhaktas, however, does not ignore Maya. Then he was ignoring that worshipping Mahamaya, taking refuge in her. Mahamaya means the Kali, Durga. And then afterwards, Narendra and other, they were silently listening. Suddenly, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said, but the theory of Maya is dry. The theory of Maya means those who are following the Advaita Vedanta. He is mentioning theory of Maya is dry. Repeat what I said. Is it like a child? The Narendra, afterwards Swami Vivekananda, he is also, Maya is dry, he is repeating. It's like a funny, but it was a great impact. You know why? Why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna asked Narendra to repeat that word? Because Narendra's trained was Jnanamargi. And obviously any Jnanamargi, those who are practicing knowledge, they don't work. They retired in a solitude. Maybe hardly they will go to the village to collect the food. Once they go and for 7 days they won't go, that little food they will try to eat in the 7 days, 6, 7 days. They try to avoid the company in a solitude. Constantly they go on repeating and suggesting to themselves, I am not the body, I am not the body, I am not the body. The body, mind, complex, this thing is the cause of bondage. I am the Supreme Brahman. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The Shankaracharya said. Now, if Narendra goes like that and in a seclusion, then how the establishment of the dharma for which Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has come. This avatar, the most perfect and the best, as afterwards Swami Vivekananda said, is the most perfect and the best. How he will organize that? So he advented for this purpose only. So Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, of course that is truth. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself said, if I knew this world is true, is real, then I would have developed the whole village where I was born and covered that with gold. I would have covered the whole village where I was born, Kamarpukur, with gold. This world is temporary, and that's why they call it mithya. That means false. False doesn't mean it is not there. It is there as long as you recognize it. So this is the false. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is the Samannayavada. And the Samannaya, this knowledge is necessary. At the same time, Dvaita is also necessary. So his main flag bearer, in future Swami Vivekananda, and presently when he is talking Narendranath, he should not take it as the only path. So he taught him and he said, the Maya is dry. Sri Ramakrishna affectionately stroked Narendra's face and hands and said, your face and hands show that you are a bhakta. So Narendra is trying, actually he was a jnani, but outwardly he was a bhakta. In the Ramakrishna mission, the same Narendra who became Vivekananda, who established the Ramakrishna mission in 1897, the 1st May, in Calcutta, headquarters in the Belur Math. And in the Belur Math, he established the statue of Sri Ramakrishna. Afterwards, of course, his brothers they did. But there, all functions, all Hindu gods and goddesses, they are worshipped with great devotion. The Durga Puja, Kali Puja, Saraswati Puja, every puja, Sri Ramakrishna Puja, all pujas in the if you go, regular worship in the morning and the evening going on. Same Vivekananda, and in the Ramakrishna mission, embassy in the Himalaya, he established another ashrama which is called Advaita ashrama. Advaita, no two. So that means the pure knowledge. There he asked, those who are sannyasis or brahmacharis will be posted over there. They are there to work. They are not supposed to worship any image. Even in their rooms, they cannot keep the images. So they should have to practice the Advaita. And the very first president of that ashrama, he was the disciple of Swami Vivekananda, staunch with the Advaita Vedantin. And we have seen one Swami, Abhayanandaji, he was famous as Bharat Maharaj. So he was the manager. When he was that time aged person. When we met him, we saw him. We saw that he was the manager, so he has to look after all the programs and functions. So he has to go and check whether the temples are decorated properly, dressed and all that. He will go, but never he will fold his hands before the God. We used to wonder why the Swami is not doing it. This is Advaita Vedanta. And in Ramakrishna mission, and just by his side, Swami Vireshwaranandaji, the then president, he was of course Advaita Vedanti, but as a guru, he was the Dvaitist. So he will be with folded hands, he will be looking at the picture in such a way as if he is talking with him. Both of them, they were friends, both of them standing side by side, one practicing Advaita, another practicing Dvaita. And that is the Ramakrishna mission. This Samannaya, this is the uniqueness of the Ramakrishna mission, and that was established by Swami Vivekananda. And Sri Ramakrishna was giving the training so that he also become this union. So he is a bhakta, he is a worshipper of the God, he is a dualist, At the same time, he is Advaitin. He mentioned in that way, and Ramakrishna said, you are a outwardly bhakta. Even after attaining jnana, Jnani can live in the world. Now he is giving the hint, perhaps to Narendra, because inside he was thinking, I am a Jnani. Now the Guru said, no, you are a bhakta. So there is a conflict. Here, immediately, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioned that Jnani can live in the world. Jnani means what? I am not the body, I am not the mind. How can he live in the world? Because when you are living in the world, you have to work. Otherwise, where from you will collect your food? Who will give you food, clothing, the house, so many things we need to survive. So obviously, if the Jnani is thinking that way, it won't be possible. So he mentioned, even after attaining jnana, Jnani can live in the world, retaining Vidyamaya. And that is to say, bhakti, compassion, renunciation, and such virtues. Whatever he said, those who have read the biography of Swami Vivekananda, you will find all these qualities are present in 100% in Swami Vivekananda. The discrimination was there, compassion was also there. Is that jnana was there, bhakti was also there. And he said, because Vidya Maya, Maya is there, the bondage is there, a little delusion is there. But what? All that I see is nothing but God. Sometimes people, they do not understand, and sometimes they'll be mocking, they're joking. But this is the greatest knowledge. And when we say that everything is nothing but God, at the same time, people will think, oh, then they should not eat this, they should not eat that, because everything is God. How can you kill that? When you are plucking a fruit, you are also creating the pain in the body of the tree. That is also not good. So how can you survive? That is wrong. In the Bhagavata itself, the answer is there very clearly. And it says that God has created food for each and every one. The four-legged one and the two-legged one and those who are on the as the grasses. And if you read that, you will find very nicely it has been explained. The Narada is explaining it to the Yudhishthira. So it is there, the story is there. And that teaching is there. Sometimes we make the mistake because of the popular thinking, the popular thought, somehow it has come. But this is the way we have to understand very clearly. Food is not the main problem. The problem is our thought. We are thinking in a different way. We are thinking that I am holy if I am not eating this or doing this or doing that. Nothing like that. Action has nothing to do. It is the thought. And in the thought you should be purified. Bhagavan Krishna, he is asking Arjuna to kill people. Forget about animals. He is asking to kill people. Sri Ramachandra, without hesitation, 10,000 the Danavas or Shuras, he killed. Forget about killing one deer or one bird. 10,000 people he killed in that forest. And how you will explain that? It's not that himsa? No. Because to establish the dharma, he is doing it. So when he is doing it, he knows, I am not attached to this. And when you are taking some food of your taste, you know, I am just trying to protect my body. It is nothing in that way. So try to understand this. Otherwise, you will be stuck in the kitchen only. You will never be able to come out. In this, what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioned over here is this: Jnani can live in the world. How? Retaining Vidyamaya, that is to say, bhakti, compassion, renunciation and such virtue. Compassion and renunciation side by side. Renunciation means giving up, and compassion means having love or thought for others. That's why Swami Vivekananda afterwards mentioned, Jive prem kare jai jan. So what is that love? Love means I feel for them. And what is it is not the talking about the food. I feel for these people, the suffering. Do you feel for that? So, friends, we have to think very clearly. It is a most modern time, and we should not carry the load and the wrong conception. So, with a new light, if you can think, you will understand food is nothing but something to survive. And it grows according to the taste and the environment that you were born. So that way only it is growing. So you have to understand these, but the main thing is bhakti, devotion to God. And for the bhakti, you need the faith also. Do you have faith, the existence of God? Complete faith, then only bhakti will come. Then the compassion, because the feeling for the betterment of others. And then renunciation. If necessary, I give up my interest, my share. These are the way, these are the virtues by which the Jnani can survive. This serves him two purposes. First, the teaching of men, and second, the enjoyment of divine bliss. The Jnani, he is surviving. And surviving for what? For the betterment of others. So when he is going out, giving the teaching, helping them to understand, that is the way of a religious person. He is constantly giving the encouragement for the people. You can also do it. You can also do it. And in a better way. The more he is doing it, he is serving the living gods and goddesses. Anything that we see is nothing but the manifestation of the same divine. According to our Shastra, manifestation of the same divine. Now, a person who is ignorant, we go and give him knowledge. A person who is physically ill, we go and serve him, give him medicines and others. Who is weak in economy, we are helping him, giving him some coaching so that he can stand on his own feet. This is called the services and the service to God. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioned that this is the way. So first thing, he is serving the living gods and goddesses. That's why Swamiji said, serve the living gods and goddesses. My object of worship, that's a very wonderful statement he gave, is the ignorant, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed. Can you imagine? He is not telling the dolls or the gods or the these and that. He is mentioning only these people whom we always think that they must be at the lowest strata of the society. Oh, even their shadow touching us, we should go and bathe. If they are coming near to us, beat them. And you will say, I have eaten this very pure food. And beating these people? Are you really religious? Think about it. This is really, really necessary. We have to understand what true Hinduism is. Hinduism says that God has created everything. Either Dvaita or Advaita or Tantra, no difference. Now, if everything is there, then at the same time, I am oppressing others, particularly human beings, the ladies, the children, the ignorant people. As because I have little opportunity, I am torturing them. And I am thinking I am a religious person because I have made a temple, I have done this, I have not eaten this, I have not eaten that. This is ignorant. So Swami Vivekananda's these words, Therefore, Shankaracharya kept the ego of knowledge. Ego of knowledge. Ego. But ego of knowledge. What is that knowledge? Everything is nothing but God. Why Shankaracharya was traveling the length and breadth of India? And he was going and fighting against the then very strong philosophy, Buddhism. But Buddhism, wrongly interpreted and forced into the society, ahimsa for everyone. Those who are soldiers, if they practice ahimsa, how they will survive? Who will guard the border? So this we have to understand, that religion has its practical aspect also, the theoretical and practical. So these two things we have to apply. As long as I feel I have to behave according to my condition. If I am a student, I should study, focus on study. If I am a householder, I should work for the development of the society, at the same time looking after my family. After retirement, I should try to help the society in an unattached way, because by that time I know that my time is limited, days are limited. Whatever knowledge I have got, whatever wealth I am having, that I should share with others. And slowly, this is mine and this is me, that from that I should be slowly withdrawing. And the final stage, sannyasa, samyak nyasa, there I, that consciousness should go away. Is that only love will remain. So these are the four stages: brahmacharya, garastha, banaprastha, sannyasa. And that is the way the society should move. Whoever is working whatever, that is his profession, that is his job. And if he is good in that particular job, we should appreciate. Just because he is mending shoe, we should not touch him and ignore him. That is wrong, because he is also serving the society. And those who are having some money but characterless people, they are cheating others, and because they are having the money, we are worshipping them, honoring them, garlanding them. What type of the society then we are? So these points, if we don't understand and go on thinking that we are practicing religion, you may think and pat yourself, oh, I am practicing religion, I get up and every day go to the Ganga and bathing, and you may be happy. But according to the scripture, you are not going anywhere. So that is called knowledge, ego of knowledge. Shankaracharya was having the ego. Without ego, body cannot retain. That ego is necessary, and further, a jnani lives as a devotee in the company of bhaktas. He is a jnani, but at the same time, when people, they are there, they think God is there, God will take care, He loves it, it goes with them, because they are good people. So in one word we can say the whole paragraph the Bhagavan is teaching us that you should be intelligent enough to understand what is your present condition, what you should do. Second, when you are accepting that, should do it very diligently and perfectly without attachment. And if you can practice that, something that you have done, constantly going on repeating, I did, then the bondage will be there, and for that again you have to suffer. So practice that. Try to forget, yes, I did, that's okay. God made me an instrument to perform that. Just think in this way, God made me to perform that, you will be completely free from bondage. Same work that you are doing. That is why Bhagavan Sri Krishna asked Arjuna, Mam anusmara yuddhacha. Remember me and then fight. Arjuna is killing people. They are bad people, they must be killed, they must be punished. And there is nothing wrong, no papa, Because as a Kshatriya, as a military, and he is the king, he has to do that. That was his duty. Without hesitation, he is performing. But a Brahmana, he should not do that. A sannyasi should not do that. Because there's two minds. Shall I do it? Shall I not? You should not. The sannyasins, they are only the light. Only they should go and show the path and the light, and they should leave that also. Leaving that and then instructing people to follow, so that in the society, slowly, they will go to the ultimate knowledge, I am He. So aham ashmi. So that is the way. The ego of knowledge and the ego of devotion can do no harm. It is the wicked I that is harmful. So this is the reason I always say it is the Veda. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna is the Veda. It gives the real knowledge. Ego of knowledge and ego of devotion. What is the devotion? I am the Son of God. I am the servant of God. The great hero, Hanumanji, what he used to say? I am the servant of God. His power, his knowledge, his policy, everything he was doing, but every time he was acknowledging, no, it is the power of God, and that is true. God's power, God's blessings working through you. So you are a great singer, great speaker, great leader, great orator. You are great because of that power. If you are humble, if you understand that, if you recognize that, you are free. You are doing the same thing. Only this understanding, that much, what you are wearing and eating and living, it doesn't count anything. It is very less. Only to support in the beginning, it is necessary. Then afterwards, it is your thought. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in one place he said, the pure mind is your guru. What is the pure mind? It is free from ego, but the self-confidence is there. I am the Son of God. I am the devotee of God. I am the servant of God. We are the children of God. That ego is there. Not the ego of this body and mind, but connection with. That's why parampara, they say. Wherever you go in India, if you are learning the songs, then they will ask, what is the parampara? What is the tradition? Then from my guru was this and his guru was that. From the Tanshan it is coming, like that. So that parampara is there. And whenever they say their guru's name, they will be touching their ear. That means I am humble. And catching my ear means I am very humble. I am in a humble way I am submitting. Even to tell the name of the guru, they are so humble. So that not only expression, but in the mind also they should be. And in the thought, in the mind, in their character, if they are humble, that means they have changed. So this, if we understand, this is the small para that we are reading, and see so much of teaching is there. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, it is like the reflection of a face in a mirror. The reflection cannot call names. Or it is like a burnt robe which appears to be a robe but disappears at the slightest puff. The ego, because ego of knowledge and ego of devotion as a bhakta, and ego is the dangerous, no. It is like a shadow of ego. And he is giving the example as if a rope which has already been burned, but like a rope it is still there. But moment you puff, then immediately it will break and it will fly. So same way the ego that has been burnt in the fire of knowledge cannot injure anybody. It is an ego only in name. So clear. We have to have the ego, otherwise we cannot survive. And when we are surviving for what? to serve God. And what is that God? That is why Swami Vivekananda said, only in 2 sentences my philosophy can be said. Vivekananda's philosophy, what is that? My philosophy can be said in 2 sentences: to make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. That's all. To help them to manifest it. What? Their divinity, their nature's divinity. Each and every soul is divine. How you will understand that? What is the divinity? They have the love. They have the unselfishness. In 2 words, we can say that is divine. The love is divine. Unselfishness is divine. When there is love, when there is unselfishness, there is the feeling for the others. Then you go forward to help them. And you never criticize them. You never say that this is wrong. All the time putting your finger and blaming everyone. What is your contribution in the society? You are blaming others? Go and stand before the mirror and ask yourself if you are genuine. What is my contribution? I grew up over here, I was born, I grew up, I learned this thing, that thing, then I joined the office, I earned this money, then I visited this place, that place, I married, and then this my children is in the good schools. That is your contribution. Some taxes you have paid, that is your contribution. But go and look at the Swamis, the monks, how much they have done for the others. You have done for yourself. They have done for others. The moment you are pointing finger to them and criticizing, before that you must go and stand before the mirror and ask, what is my contribution for this world? Have I done anything? So this is the main. Contributing and then criticizing, that is a different thing. If you have truly have done, you have every right to say, hey, this is not good. But if you have not done, never practiced meditation, never done anything good, you have no right. So these teachings are the main for the enjoyment. So what they do, returning to the relative plane after reaching the absolute is like coming back to this shore of a river after going to other side. This is Sri Ramakrishna. So simple language. He went to the other side and then came back again. He was in this shore, and from there he went to the other side, which is the absolute. Then after reaching over there, he saw everything is okay, but what about those? They are not understanding it. They are thinking that is real. And they are what we are pursuing for each and every one of us in the whole world. What we are pursuing? Name, fame, money, all that? No. Happiness we are pursuing. When you go and purchase dhantara, so much of gold we are purchasing. What? What for? Happiness. For happiness only we do that. You know, the people, some miserly people, they will be going on accumulating money in the bank, and they will open the bank balance and, oh, this much money, next year this much. They are not utilizing the money. Money is with somebody else. He is utilizing for some business and giving him some interest. This fellow thinking over here, and every time he sees that his money is increasing, he is happy. Then suddenly some chest pain, and he is sitting on the chair, gone. Whose happiness then? Next his son. He says, oh, father was sitting with this one. That is very good. Now, his happiness began then. But we are all thinking, but is it really happiness? No. Today I received a message from one of our Swamiji, and he is from Kerala. He is arranging the schools, and he says 2,000 rupee, and that will support the students for the whole year. Nothing. 2,000 rupees, nothing. Most of the people, they go to the hotel and spend per head 5,000 perhaps. And 2,000 rupee, and they will be teaching one child. Now suppose you think, okay, I am spending so much of money, the 2,000 I give for 1 year, 2,000, one child. Is it anything? 10,000 you can give 5 children, they will get 1 year education. And best education in the Ramakrishna mission, cozy code. And naturally, and so many children will grow up, and when they are becoming a real good person, whatever the good work they will be doing, all good result will come to you for sure. The people donate for the construction of the temple with a hope, as because it is a temple, is a holy place. Anything good that is happening over there, and naturally everything good is supposed to be happening over there, I will get some portion of it. And that is true, you get. But what about these also? The Vivekananda said, give them education. And the moment you are giving them education, and who are they? In the words of Swami Vivekananda, the moving temples, those illiterates, those oppressed. And they cannot look at you, they are so shy. Now slowly, slowly you are giving the confidence in them. You are also a human being. You are the representative of God. You are the reflection of God. Come up, lion. Don't live in that way. Slowly, slowly, everywhere, whomever you see, they are all happy. And your happiness, and millionfold. But we don't understand that. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, unselfishness is more pain. But we don't have the patience to practice it. And some people will go to complain against others. If they are not there, then we are happy. Then beat them, try, and then throw them out. And in that way, another problem comes. Education is the power. You get the education, best education, stand up, you'll see whole world will come and touch your feet. Education, education, education. Why to kill others? Why to beat others? Why to criticize others? Just have the confidence. I am going to be like this. The moment you are educated, strong, you think about your community, very good. Every one of your community should be educated, and really educated, properly educated. See, whole world will come at your feet. Education is the power. That is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna worshipped Mother Kali. Still now we are shy to talk about Mother Kali. I have seen there people, they are afraid of talking about the Kali. Why? Oh, they don't know. That is ignorance. Mother Kali is nothing but the tremendous power. And what is that power? Knowledge. And that knowledge is symbolized on all the skull, all the human head that is hanging as a necklace. That is you have to understand that. And when you decode the symbol, oh my God, this is Hinduism. Under the garb of something, a great knowledge. The mother is nature. Mother is everywhere. And how can you cover the mother? So there is no clothes. The mother is the symbol of function, work, activity, energy. So the hands, human hands, are hanging from our waist. That is the symbol. And now, oh, mother is like this, mother was cutting the head, and some of the movies they are showing Ma Kali and the dangerous and offering this, that. It is all useless. Try to understand what is the truth. That the knowledge, energy, that is there at the feet in the form of the Shiva. It is the pure knowledge, pure energy. And then that energy, when active, creating, sustaining, dissolving, that is Ma Kali. It is not a man or a woman. It is not a god or a goddess. This is the concept. So this Mother Kali and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, at this age, he initiated that energy. And he said, now this power will evolve. So coming 1,500 years, as Swami Vivekananda predicted, and he prophesied, the coming 1,500 years, this energy is coming up. And that energy is nothing but knowledge. And knowledge with compassion. knowledge will with clarity, knowledge with purity, knowledge with unselfishness. And that is Mother Kali. This Mother Kali is giving the boons. So in one side, the wealth and prosperity in the worldly life. Another side, spirituality. What type of spirituality? Not me but thou. Not me but thou. So Mother Kali in the left hand side that showed is cutting the head, not head, ego. That ego he is cutting. And that ego, the moment it is gone, you are God. The God and me, Jivatma and Paramatma. In between what? Ego. The moment you remove the ego, that boundary, that wall, that cover, I am that. In the Vedantic way, they search, who am I? And when they reach over there, they say, I am that. And in the Dvaita way, when they go, who am I? Then they say, I am the children, I am the son of God, I am the daughter of God. We are the children of God. Same. So this way Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is teaching, returning to the relative plane, to this world, after reaching to that knowledge. Have you seen God? Have you seen God? People are asking. And the moment you say, I saw the light in this, I saw then the forehand, this thing happened, people are, oh, how long will remain like a child? It's very clear. Who is God? Love. Do you see that love in that person who is claiming that he has seen God? Do you see that unselfishness in that person? Of course, if the love and unselfishness is there in that person, of course he has seen God. And seeing God means what? This clear understanding. And other things, scientists are much better tantrics than others. They are developing so many things, in so many ways, isn't it? And that is the way we have to understand everything is possible. Everything is possible only if you have that capacity, but such a return to the relative plane is for the teaching of men and for enjoyment, participation in the divine sport in the world. Very clear. Why the Jnani? He is retaining in this body. Friends, in the beginning I told, Jnani means I am not this body, I am not this mind. So stop eating, drinking, or maintenance of the body. But body is a machine. If you are not giving the food or the clothing or the water and the medicine, what is necessary, it will die. It is not you, it is your cover only. So whatever the food that will sustain, that is your food. And whatever the way you are, suppose you are in a cold place, should we have to be bare-bodied? And if you go to a warm place, people, they don't wear that much clothing because the weather is warm. And in the cold place, so much of the winter, the dresses are necessary. It is nothing because of the weather. And if you say why they should spend so much of money putting on the coat and the hat and the gloves and the, what is it? You have to understand that the only, according to the situation they are surviving. What you should see is the behavior of that person, how they are reacting with others, how they are behaving with others in the society. What is personal taste, it doesn't matter at all. Is it black tea coffee or coffee with milk, it doesn't matter at all. Only thing you have to understand, is he really is a loving other people whom he doesn't know at all? Maybe they are his enemies. Can he love them? Then he must be God. And why they are living in this world, if they are divine? Because they love others. And how they feel, that is what Sri Ramakrishna said, a coming to this other shore, that such a return to the relative plane is for the teaching of men and for enjoyment. And that is the happiness, that is the joy, participation in the divine sport. Sri Ramakrishna was talking in a very low voice. Addressing the devotees, he said, "The body is so ill, but the mind is free from avidya maya." He said, "The body is so ill, but the mind is free from avidya maya." Friends, we should meditate on this statement. One is body, another is mind. What is most important? It is mind. And what is mind? It is thought. How the thoughts are coming from the outside informations. What we see, what we hear, what we touch, and that way we are bringing food for the mind. For the mind. And the physical food, what we eat. The mind is most important. And the mind should be completely free from avidya maya. Thank you, friends. We'll stop over here. A question is there?
Vidyut Muzumdar is asking, Pranam Maharaj, liberated souls are already united with Brahman. My question is, how could we say Swami Vivekananda as a rishi came back?
How could he? No, that's the whole discussion was on that, because the Vidyut Babu, this whole discussion that after the realization they come back for two reasons, as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioning, for to help the other people and at the same time to enjoy the divine game. To enjoy the divine game means that now they know that this is nothing but the divinity in different forms, and this is nothing but the drama going on, and so they are not attached to this, not affected by this, they so enjoy. But these people are completely free. But to retain the body mind, what they do, keep an ego. And Shankaracharya, ego of knowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, ego of devotion. And what this ego, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave here, it is like the burnt rope. It looks like a rope, but if you just pop, immediately it will fly, it will break. So Swami Vivekananda, who was, as they call, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, is the Shiva, Shaptarishi, Agrishi. So he came back, he retained only for the development of the human being. How? By, as I quoted his own words, by making people aware about their divine nature. Making people aware about their divine nature. What is this divine nature? Love and unselfishness is the divine nature. And to help them to manifest it. How to help? By this way, through schools, through colleges, helping him to get a job and giving him the training for that, sometimes the relief work, and sometimes writing books, giving the discourses, by this way. Thank you.
KAI is asking, is physical food as important as spiritual food for the purity of mind?
Physical food, of course, important. But friend, it depends on you, where you have grown up. that is on that. Now, if we think only vegetarian food, then the millions of the people around the world, they will never get liberation just because they eat fish or meat or egg. But they can also. There are so many Americans devoted. We have seen so many of them. But as because of the food habit, because they've grown up in this way, many of us grew up from the childhood with a non-veg food. So what is there? But the heart, the thought, that is pure. Thinking for others, meditating, concentrating, and going out to help others. Food to maintain this body. But the real food, food for the mind, that comes through eyes, comes through ear, comes through nose, comes through touch. What about that? We have to be careful about these 4 other foods to purify our thoughts, to purify our mind. I will request you, please concentrate on these other 4 foods, that is the mind's food. Thank you.
This question Sadika is asking, when will you come to Toronto, Maharaj?
So thank you. Maybe in another program you will know.
Well, one question has just come. What is the difference between Jiva Daya and Jiva Seva?
Okay.
Next part is Seva without realization considered belief or bhava of God in everyone? Another part, is that enough to lead you to Thakur and Ma? SM is asking.
The last part, I answer fast. Yes. Just by serving the others, helping the others, without any attachment, and thinking that I am serving the living gods and goddesses, will take you to the same place where Buddha reached by his knowledge and Christ by his devotion. I'm quoting Vivekananda. The unselfish work, that also gives the same effect. Because you are not working, you are worshipping. When you are cooking food for the hungry people, but thinking that, oh, they are gods, they are hungry, they have come in the form of a hungry people, and I am cooking for these living gods. You are thinking about God, not the people, and you are purifying your mind. That is the last. And when your first question, I think you said in the second part, I have not realized. But believing, yes, of course. If you have the faith in the words of a guru or a rishi or the scripture, on that, the basis, if you are working, you are doing the same thing, then what you will find after the realization. Because those people, after realization, they have given these instructions. So you are believing them and acting. Like a teacher told 1 plus 1, 2. I believed him. And then afterwards, I learned that is true. Then they said, if you go to the south, you will meet this type of places. I believed, I drove, and then reached over there. Believe. So through believing, we are also doing the same. And the third part, what was there?
What is the difference between Jiva Daya and Jiva Seva?
Jivo Daya, Jivo Sheva is a very good. When you are Daya, means compassion. So I am in a higher position, I am better position, I am just giving some doles to others, help to others, some donation to others. It is coming from ego. Oh, there's a poor fellow. Hi, poor fellow, come, take the. So that is called daya. That will bind you because the act of donation going through ego. But when the seva, you feel, oh, same way, the God has become this poor in a poor form, and he has come to me, and this is my opportunity to serve him. The no ego is there, rather devotion is there. And that way, when you are doing the same thing, you are immediately, see, it is all mind. The bondage is in the mind, not in the body. That's why again and again I am telling, the bondage is in the mind. If your mind thinks that I am serving God, and you are becoming humble, oh, I got the opportunity to serve. I have seen here, the devotees are coming, they are doctors, they are engineers, highly placed people, and they are washing the dishes. The people, they have taken food and they have left. These people, they come and with great jest, they will be washing. And then last person is he. After keeping all those things, keeping ready, then on 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock they will leave. Are they not they serving? Don't you think that God will bless them? If they are thinking that I am egoistic way I am working, they will never do that work. They will go and they will take the microphone and they will be all the time in the limelight. So that is from the ego. But the humbly they are doing, so that is the real work. Every work can be dedicated to God if sincerely you are thinking. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Okay, then today we learned many things from Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and let us offer this mantra and conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavasaram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.